This is Shane Watson here from PSP Sports. I'm lucky enough to be joined by ring legend Ricky Hatton. How are you, Ricky?
Great, thank you.
Very good to see you here. Ultimate Boxer, a new platform thing that's kind of come into boxing, maybe even changed boxing up a little bit similar to Prize Fighter, I believe, but also different in its own ways as well. Just speak to me a little bit about it and why you've come on board.
Yeah, I think you've got to move with the times. I mean, when my proudest achievement was I've always said was my fan base, and social media didn't even exist back then. But social media now is massive, isn't it? For the youth, and it's what a shop window, and it's going to be an opportunity for fighters. Sometimes in order to get a contract in boxing, you need to have gone to the Olympic Games or something. Multiple national amateur titles in order to get a contract. And you get kids there, that have not got a contract, and they think to myself, oh, should I give boxing a go? Should I not give it a go? This is a great springboard for them, to get an opportunity, get recognised, and if they perform in it, maybe get a contract that wouldn't have been on the table in the first place. So it's a good. It's a great opportunity, you know what I mean? Years ago everyone told me I should have gone on terrestrial TV, but then I signed with Frank Warren and went on Sky, because you've got to move with the times, and you look at what Sky is now to boxing, it's massive, and I think the internet will be very, very similar. It'd be a huge, massive shop window for these lads.
Also a little bit about the fighters themselves. Do they have to be undefeated fighters to get on this platform?
Well, novices, I'm guessing, to be honest, maybe lads under 10 fights, do you know what I mean? The fact is that all the lads that are on the first one are all unbeaten, which is brilliant, you know what I mean? And the team that are doing it, Ben's very, very intelligent lad, he's young, he's very ambitious, and it's got to be important, probably with my input and Anthony Croller's and Paulie Mananarge's, to make sure you get the right kids stylistically, so the styles gel and the fights are good and entertaining, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if style-wise, if you don't make good entertainment, it won't work, will it? So that's where we've got to, put our knowledge into it, make sure the right fights, are made in the right styles of the lads, so it gels and it works, I guess. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your role behind the whole setup here.
Well, I don't really have a role, just maybe an ambassador, where give me input to it, I can plug it, and I always, like I said earlier, my fan base was my best quality, and I'm very, very fortunate that I still have the fan base. I'm a promoter now, and I'm a manager, and if there's something that we need to get kick-started, I'd like to think I'm in a good position, to be able to bang the drum for it, and that's boxing giving me such a wonderful life, so it's just about giving a little bit back, and I think this format will be a winner.
Do you see this being a long-term thing in boxing as well, that can only get bigger and bigger?
Absolutely. I think it's very rare in boxing, that you have a promoter that comes, give you an opportunity which they're going to be given, on social media, and not want anything in return. That sometimes doesn't happen in boxing, to be honest with you. But there's no contract being signed. There's no options should you win it. You know what I mean? You're not signing your life away. Which is sometimes always the case, sadly, in boxing. But no, these people are doing it, to obviously, to give the next obviously superstar a little bit of a, normally, people like boxing, they get a contract, you have to go to the Olympic Games or something like that, so, but this is going to be not just an opportunity for maybe someone out there that could, and no one out there that could be the next boxing superstar, yeah.
And also, before in boxing, it's very well known there's a lot of politics within the game. Do you think something like this will eliminate politics, because it's just undefeated fighters in there that are hungry to fight, and obviously they want to fight, and then obviously they're getting paid very well compared to maybe what they would have done if they went inside this one?
Yeah, they're not coming in as rival promoters, to be honest with you. This is a tournament where Frank Warren's fighters, Eddie Hearn's fighters, they could all, they all benefit, from it. It's not like there's no hidden agenda here, no. I can't see how it's going to fail. Normally the rivalry with promoters is, but that's not the case with this. They're trying to. They're probably, if anything, it's going to help the promoters, because they're going to. Hopefully, we're going to unearth some real talent.
Also, I know you still promote Lucas Browne. Lucas Browne is fighting Dylan Whyte in a massive fight at the O2 Arena. I know it took a while to get negotiations over the line. All done, signed and sealed now. How do you feel about that fight at the O2 Arena, and how confident are you in Lucas Browne?
I think Lucas will win. I don't say that with, it's not far from a foregone conclusion, but I just know that Lucas Browne's punching power is off the radar, to be honest with you. I think he'll be the first one. He's not the best, he's not the quickest, and not the most talented, but he has, you know, fight ending power, and end of. And I think it could be Dylan, because he's a good body puncher, he has a decent work rate. You know, he's not a bad boxer. I think it's one of them fights where he could be winning, but I think the first time Lucas lands, I think that could be it, and that's what I'm hoping. And if he does beat Dylan Whyte, and it's an exciting fight, an entertaining fight, then obviously the dream is to fight AJ, isn't it? You know, Lucas is a former heavyweight champion of the world. If he beats Dylan Whyte, he's boxed in England several times, so he's got quite a decent fan base over here. So it would be an easy sell, I think. But he's got to do the business first. No easy task against Dylan Whyte.
And also with people like Lucas Browne, do you think he's been hard done by in the past with heading into drug testing?
Well, you know, his first drug test, I mean, it was in Chechnya, and something didn't seem right, you know, to me. But the second one he's failed, I think he's just been a little bit naive in the sense that, you know, there's that many vitamins you can take these days, protein shakes and tablets and recovery shakes, and you know, and everything like that, you know. And you've got to be a little bit more careful these days what you put in your mouth, you know. I mean, I don't think he's done anything intentional or anything like that. I think he's just been a little bit gullible with what, you know, and it's easy done, you know, because there's that many, you know, creatine or tablets or recovery shakes or protein shakes now, and you know, because there's that many of them about, you've got to look on the list and make sure before you put it in your mouth, make sure it's all right. So I think he's not been purposely, he's not done anything guilty. So I think he's just been a little bit gullible, you know, and you know, but hopefully he can kick on with his career now.
Tony Bowie's been very vocal about people who fail drug tests, and even a little bit about Lucas Browne as well. He said people, if they fail a drug test, they should be banned from the sport for good. What's your thoughts on Tony Bowie's view like that?
No, not really. You know, to be honest with you, it's like just for the same reason, just repeating the question, how he answered it there, he's just been a little bit gullible, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? How many times, you know, have people failed drug tests because they've took something for flu and they've not looked what they've been taking? It's very, very easy done. If I thought there was anything, you know, it was done purposely or anything like that, I wouldn't promote him. I think he's just been a little bit gullible, and sadly it's halted his career, but he can kick on now and get you know, get his career back on track. You know.
And also, I know someone you had in your gym in the past, and someone that you're a little bit close with, Tyson Fury, is looking at making a comeback within maybe April or sometime this year, regardless. What's your thoughts on him making a comeback, and do you believe he can overcome Anthony Joshua?
It depends how much. He's been out for 2 years. He put so much weight on, and it depends what damage he's done in that time while he's been out. To be honest with you, I think it's a shame that someone who's been the heavyweight champion of the world from Manchester and not been able to capitalise on the success that he got. But he was training in my gym. He looked an absolute $1 million. But you can look, you know, great in the gym. It's when that first bell goes, we'll find out just how much he's took out of himself in them 2 years when he's been off, because he's put a lot of weight on and took a lot of weight off. And that's, me knows more than anyone, that can sometimes be damaging to you.
And of course, thank you for talking to PSC Sports today. It's been great to have you on again.
Pleasure, mate.
I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon.